Hi, this is Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 2 of them, ages 12 and 15. Haven't made a video in a little while, been busy trying to balance everything in the end of our school year. And we have more videos coming up on that, but for now I just wanted to share a, book haul and curriculum haul for the next school year, the 2026-2027 school year. And I have a little dog, not a little dog, a big dog sitting over here, so if you see a little tail or ear or hear weird noises, that would just be her. So most of these books I got used for Mother's Day. My adult daughter took me to Valley Village. If you're in Canada, you know what that is. It's a thrift store, and they are the best one for used bookstores. They have a good balance between lots of selection but not too expensive of a price. And so I like to go there, even though it's a little bit further away, to see what they have in their education and reference section. So I picked up some stuff that's specifically for the next school year or just cool things in general that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is actually, I think, the best find personally. It's called Science in Daily Life by Trafton and Smith, but it is from 1936. Now, obviously some things in science have changed since 1936, but whereas this is not something I'm going to be reading to teach my kids per se in school year, this is more fun to look through, to add to my old books. I mean, I don't know if I call it collection, there's not that many of them, but, and just for me to look through. It has black and white photos. It's made as like a textbook. So it would say like, first section is how is air part of our daily lives? Unit 1, and there's a little preview, some questions to consider, and then some information, demonstrations and images. And then at the end, I believe there's summary of each section. And, oh yeah, here we go. And then hold on. Having trouble turning the pages with one hand. Pupil activity problems to do at home. Some things to explain, helpful references, and a summary of the unit. And then it says mentions to talk about what to do about a summary test, which is in the teacher's handbook. Of course, I don't have that, but so some of these things that are the exact same we could use to teach off of, but I don't have a specific plan for that or anything. I love the old photos of life in the 30s, and it was great fun reading some of the sections about like health and stuff. Like there was talking about like bathing and hygiene is important, but that in America, what was it? 30 can't remember the amount, but like less than half have a bathtub in their house, or less than 30% have a bathtub in their house. And of course that's not how it is now, so that was pretty funny. And you can understand why they may not have bathed as much in the past if not everybody had a bathtub. And then so all the things about like how the earth works and or the science, like rocks and minerals and stuff, I would assume most of it would be about the same, but it's more for my own interest than anything for school specifically related, although maybe the pupil activities and stuff might be fun. So like see food in the body at work. Okay, so that's mostly fine, like what's a carbohydrate, how do we measure what's a calorie, that sort of thing. Oh, I wish it told me the prices of the food. If that would be awesome, because we all know that would be completely different nowadays. So sometime when I read this, like I can see that being a thing if it's just, at one point it mentioned the average house costs about $4,000, which is not what it is today. So yeah, this was just, again, not necessarily saying you should go find it to buy it for school, but a fun find. Let me know if you like old books and if you use any of them in your homeschool in the comments if you do. Okay, so this next one was not from the thrift store. My first book about genetics. Thank you, dog. Stop scratching. Stop it. Stop it. Hey. By Donald M. Silver and Patricia J. Wynn, maybe. This is recommended through Guest Hollow, Junior Anatomy. I don't know about the older one, but at least Junior Anatomy, which we are doing next school year. And so I can't purchase most of the books, but this one was about $5. So I grabbed it. And it's black and white, but it can be used as a coloring book or you could just read it. And I wasn't so sure that, you know, I'd want this book, but then I found some better pictures of it online, and I really like the explanation and the way that it shows how genetics work to a child. Okay, thank you, puppy. You can have your toy back. There you go. All right, so yeah, this one I think will be helpful when we're talking about chromosomes and DNA, and I do recommend getting this one, especially if you have a colorer. But even if you don't, because I don't, can you stop? Thank you. That was a good choice. This one I got from the thrift store. I've never heard of this or anything, but this was really cool. It's called Draw, Paint, Print Like the Great Artists by Marion Denchars, maybe? And it's one of, considering that it says here that it sells for $27 Canadian brand new, and I got it for $6.99, I think it was. That's really good. So it's like a workbook. So this book belongs to in the front, and then it tells you like some art materials you might want to have on hand. And then it has different things you can do. So it says, where is it here? Like the first little bit. So it talks about, I don't know how, it looks like it says Joan, but this is a guy, so I'm not sure how you say his name. Miro. And then it talks a little bit about the artist. And there's like a picture of some art that he's done. And then it says automatic drawing. Miro practiced automatic drawing and tells you what that is, what you need. And then it gives you like step by step. So first you give somebody else's automatic drawing. You can color it in the way you want. Then you have practice automatic drawing and color in the shapes yourself on a blank piece of paper. Then try it again with your eyes closed. And then there's like some other, like later in the book it talks about, I don't even know how to pronounce this person's name. It's cursive. My child can't read cursive, so that's the only downside of that. Some of it's in cursive. And then it says Worley Tribal Art, and it tells you all about that from India, and they use circles, squares, and triangles. I don't know. Tell us all about it. So it has specific activities tied to the great artists that they can do right in the book. Make your own art using very simple, repetitive shapes around the triangle and square. So just some other stuff. Make patterns by coloring in. Positive space, negative space, some sort of activity with that. I like this because we often don't get art in, and this can be like, okay, we have some extra time, here's some art, grab your book and pick something. Color in the circles that have been split up with lines. So it alternates, not alternates, but there's those, and then there's actual like art lessons or activities, I guess. I don't know what the right word is. Salvador Dali. So yeah, this looks really cool. It's quite thick. And stop clicking your toes. Painting with scissors. Interesting. That's a new one. Turning accidental shapes into something. This looks really fun. Like, yeah, I would even want to do it like simple printing. I know, looks really cool. Okay, also from the thrift store, one reason, again, if you're Canadian and you have Value Village around you, I recommend them, is because they often have DK books, which are awesome. And like this is DK Smithsonian, which are really good. This is $32 brand new in Canada, and it was $6.99. And it's in like perfect condition. I don't see any bent pages, any word written in anything. Like it looks, except for maybe some wear on the spine, it looks almost brand new. So this is the human body. And we do have a lot of human body books already, but we're doing anatomy next year, and this one looks so much better. Like, look at the pictures. Like how, I don't even know if you can see really well from there, but like it shows you up close and what each thing means, and like different body systems. Like, look at this. This is way better. Well, the other one, one of the ones I have is probably just as good, but it's more for adults. This is more for any age. And so I don't have a specific, use for it other than when we're learning the different sections. We'll check out what this book has to say to see if it's anything new. We're using Junior Anatomy by Guest Hollow. This is not one of the books listed in it, but it's just something that I want to add in. So I will be keeping an eye out for DK books when I'm there. We don't usually buy a lot of books because I don't have a lot of room compared to some people. But if you are in Canada or anywhere else where there's a Value Village, keep an eye out for DK books if that's something you're looking for. I also wanted to point out this book I got for review from Onyx Press. And it's called Soccerology. If your children play soccer or you're learning about soccer or just want to know some more facts, like I said, this is Onyx Press, and they have amazing books. So Soccerology, Unbelievable Facts and Stories About the Beautiful Game by Kevin Sylvester. And this is like, sometimes when I review books, I get papers or books signed by the author, but this is so awesome. The author drew that. So very cool. So yeah, I don't even like sports very much, but I've already read part of the book, and I've shared so many facts with my husband that he's probably rolling his eyes in his head because I keep telling about stuff that I've read. But there's just so much, like, I didn't know any of these things. There's soccer sayings from around the world, the different things that you use to protect your hands, your shins, the history of soccer, the difference between soccer and football, why it's called different things in different places. It has cool illustrations with color. So it's all around an interesting book. And since I do want to know more about different sports, even though I don't really play them or watch them per se most of the time, just because I like to learn more. This is a fun way to learn more about it. So Soccerology, recommended, even if you don't like sports. And the last one I have is actually something I just got for free from a retired teacher. She was giving me something else, but this book she gave to me for free, The Power of Retelling, Developmental Steps for Building Comprehension. Now this is obviously more for use in a classroom, and I don't even know if any of it's useful to me yet, but I will be taking a look at it. It says, it provides teachers, teacher educators, and administrators with the insight and background to move retelling beyond assessment of comprehension to becoming a highly effective instructional strategy for teaching comprehension. So I think some of it might come in handy, but I don't really know until I get a chance to read it. But sometimes reading teacher manuals and books and stuff like that can be helpful even as a homeschooler. And, I pass it on to somebody else when I'm done with it. So that's part of my haul. Those are my book hauls. However, I did get some new curriculum. I don't have anything to show you per se because they are digital digital PDF curriculums. And so I wrote down a little bit about each so that I could share with you. So these are both from Wonder House Creative. I've posted about them before. I will link the other video I did in the description. Hey, what are you doing? On. Sorry, my dog couldn't get her toy. Okay, so I got two things. One is everyday writing. I saw this and I just had a little bit of money to spend on fun curriculums, and so in unit studies, so I found this for only $20 Canadian. I got 13 lessons and activities about things like that, like it says, everyday writing. So first it goes over digital footprint and digital boundaries, but there's text messaging etiquette, writing for content creation, emails, making appointments by phone. Actually, that one's not writing. Online buy and sell, online reviews, art of the complaint, journaling, making work stand out, resume writing, and cover letters. And this is designed, it doesn't actually say the ages, but I'm assuming it's designed for teenagers. However, I'm doing it with my my 12-year-old and my 15-year-old next year. It recommends 3 times a week for 4 weeks plus a day, but we are going to be using it as part of our Thursday enrichment. So we're going to do a little, like one lesson for 13 Thursdays in a row. And then I have Wild Words Writing Dialogue. It's a little mini lesson for ages 9 to 12. My daughter is trying to write her own book. And so she needs to learn the kind of writing that specifically would work in her book, which includes writing dialogue. So it has 6 lessons. This is $12 Canadian. 6 lessons. You read an example, you practice some skills, alternating with some vocab, poetry, creative writing prompts. It can be done independently or in a small group, or in our case, I'm just going to work with her. Hello. Yes, thank you. It's 42 pages, and it's meant for like about 6 days, 6 lessons, 1 lesson a day. I don't know how exactly and when we're using it, but at some point we'll be using that. And so I love Wonderhouse Creative because their prices are amazing, and they're Canadian made, and although you certainly don't have to be Canadian to use most of them, or if not, for that matter, if you want to learn about Canada, there's Canadian unit studies. But yeah, she has lots of cool stuff, and I definitely recommend Wonderhouse Creative. So you try to say hi. Say hi. Look. Let's show you. Right there. Right there. Say hi. Say hi. She just wants me to throw the toy. All right, go get the toy. Okay, so that is what I have got for the 2025-2026 school year, or just in general lately. And so I have other videos coming up soon as I can find time to record them, including more updates on our plans for next year, how we're finishing the school year this year and when, and and how I'm prepping for Guest Hollow, because I'm using Junior Anatomy and High School Geography and Cultures both next year, and so I want to talk about how I'm prepping for that. So that's it. Subscribe if you would like to see those videos, and have a good day.